Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In the Money Stocks. Today is Friday, November 21st, 2014. Thank you all for tuning in. Let's jump right into the charts. We'll start off with the usual S&P 500 E-mini futures, which are flying high in the sky today. Futures are up by about 16.5 points right now to 2068 3/4 per contract. What is the reason for the move? Well, it's very simple. China has printed money and the market loves it. So China cut their interest rates and the market is soaring. You also had comments from Mario Draghi saying he'll do whatever he can to get inflation up. He's been saying that for about 2 years. But again, the market still loves it every time he talks. So again, markets are trading sharply higher on more central bank promises and stimulus and cheap capital, and that's the way it's working, that's the way it's moving, and that's what's happening. So again, futures are up sharply, again up about 16 3/4 points right now. NASDAQ futures are up 34 points, and Russell 2000 futures are up 17 points. So markets are up sharply across the board ahead of the opening bell. Now there are a lot of stocks in the news today, so let's get started on that. We have a lot to cover. ADSK is the first one. This is Autodesk. You're going to see that the stock is trading sharply higher, trading at $60.50. It closed at $58.41. I'm going to give the stock the upside bias to around $62.50. So nothing really wrong with Autodesk. I would not get in front of it on the short side around $62.50. We'll take a look at it today on the India Intraday Stock Chat Room, see if it starts to stall out or top out around that level. But again, give it the upside bias at the moment. Let's take a look at Aruba Networks, ARUN. Stock is trading at $19.90, closed at $21.80. That's a pretty good little dip this morning. Again, I'm going to have gap levels for this stock, Aruba Networks. I'll have those posted up in the chat room at 9 o'clock in the morning. If you do want those gap levels, come on over. Take a 7-day free trial. You'll see all the trades that we're pulling off in there. And again, the gaps have been on fire as of late. Let's take a look at the fresh market, TFM. This stock is trading down a little bit, closed at $39.71. It is now trading at $38.59. I probably will have levels for this. I already have the levels. I'm just not sure exactly where we're going to come into it, but we will be looking to trade this one today in the intraday stock chat. So again, I am looking at a few different levels here, but the stock is not down all that much. But I've worked out some levels already, so we'll see how it lands into those levels once the opening bell rings. Again, I would not rule out a little bit of a morning fade. I think that is a possibility. Let's take a look at Intuit, INTU. The stock right now is trading at $92.54. It did trade as low as $87 yesterday. Keep this one on the radar today. I don't know where it's going to go or where it's going to finish, but I do like this $83 level for Intuit if it does get down there. So I'm not sure that that's going to happen, but if it does, keep it on your radar. I don't want to go much into it more than that. But again, sometimes these stocks have a tendency to roll over. If Intuit gets down to around $83, it can be a buy there. Let's take a look at Ross Stores. Ticker symbol is ROST. Right now, the stock is trading at $87.84. It is overbought on every metric. If you own Ross into earnings, I would trail the stop here or start to take profits. If you don't own it, I would let this thing settle out because it could be a fade pattern today, meaning it could sell off and you could short it. So again, be careful with Ross Stores. This is way overdone. Let's take a look at MRVL, which is Marvell, semiconductor play. Right now, the stock is trading at $13.60. It closed at $13.30. I am seeing a pretty good amount of resistance on this one at around $13.80. So keep that level on your radar. When it gets there, you want to start to really trail your stop loss. And then I have another pretty important level around $14.15, and then ultimately around $14.50. So again, there's some resistance levels there from Marvell. Be a little bit careful with this one, but it does have upside again to around $13.80. That's where I think it starts to really stall out a little bit. So be a little bit careful on an overshoot. Watch $14.15 and $14.50. All right, let's take a look here at Splunk. SPLK is the ticker symbol. Stock yesterday closed at $64.94, now trading at $70.61. That's a big time move. we're going to give the stock the upside bias here. It has strength. It traded up to 74 in the pre-market here, just barely, but again, that would be the resistance point. So I'd look for 74 to 74.5 before the stock really comes into resistance. A short level for this one today, $80.63. Keep it on your radar. But that is a level I would go short, SPLK. Let's take a look at Zoe's Kitchen. Ticker symbol is ZOES. This is pretty much a new issue. It's only been around, I believe, since April of this year. So it debuted in April. Right now the stock is trading at $32.95. There is a fair amount of support at 31, and there's more support at $28.95. Pierced to $29. So keep both of those levels on the radar today for this stock. Let's take a look at GameStop. I'm going to have gap levels for this one. Stock closed at $43.87. It's trading at $39.81. Talk about a hit. Look at that big surging bar down. We will have gap levels for this one. We'll play this in the intraday stock room today. I think I covered Gap stores. If not, stock right now is trading at $38.75. It closed at $40.14. We'll be looking at this one in the intraday stock chat as well. Right now, the stock is definitely under some pressure. I would not rule out a little bit of a move lower, potentially down towards that 38 level, maybe even a little bit lower than that. So either way, we'll have some gap levels for Gap stores, no pun intended, and we'll see how that one plays out. Now, gold today is trading higher by about $10. It was up much more. Again, when central banks devalue their currency by printing or lowering interest rates, it's generally beneficial for gold. But gold has a little bit of what we call a catch-22 attached to it, and it's called the dollar-yen. So you got to keep lookout for the dollar-yen chart. If dollar-yen moves higher, right now dollar-yen is down about 33 cents. If it starts to fall, gold should move up. If dollar-yen catches a bid and starts to push up, then gold obviously will come down. So keep that on the radar. If you take a look at the GLD today, you're going to see that this has been all over the map. Above 116, back down to the 114.88 level, now back up to 115.50. Again, dollar-yen down, gold up. That's all you got to remember. Let's take a look at the oil market. Crude futures are trading high today. They're up $1.17 right now to 77.03 a barrel. Let's go to the USO. What you're going to see here for the USO is that the USO now is trading at 29.25, closed at 28.73. That's a big pop for oil. And again, anytime these countries, whether it's China, whether it's the United States, whether it's Japan, whether it's the European Central Bank, anytime these big regions, these big central bankers from these countries or even continents like Europe, they devalue their currency, it is generally going to push up commodities. That's what it did. They're just trying to create inflation, and that's what you're seeing here today in oil and the pop in gold. So again, it's going to be an interesting Friday. Should be an exciting one. Let's see how it all plays out. Right now, futures are trading higher by 16.5 points. Great move there, and we'll see where this market goes. But we have plenty of stocks on the radar today. There should be a lot out here to do. With that being said, everybody, I want to wish you all a great trading session, and we will see you on the charts.